From the plaque to the everything fat. Got muzzled on a track, my girls all stacked. When I roll down the window, let me know where you at. Atlanta, North, South, Kekalak, Texas Grill, Cadillacs. Through Miami, then back to London. Jamaica, then France. The whole world took effect to fart. Tell them, lay back, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your dance? Getting with the business when I come from Kansas City. Hit Manila till it's Christmas out to India. Visit Puerto Rico, is exquisite. Bring my people back to Venice. LA got the people saying la 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 la. Moscow saying la 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 la. España la 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 la. Kingston saying la 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 la. San Diego saying la 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 la. Chi-Town saying la 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 la. Germany saying la 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 la. La Puente saying la 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 la. Ibiza. Every city, every state, every country you know. All around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know. This is how it goes. Every city, every state, every country you know. All around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know. This is how it goes. LA got the people saying la 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 la. Amsterdam saying la 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 la. Frisco saying la 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 la. Switzerland saying la 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 la. Sao Paulo saying la 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 la. Joburg saying la 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 la. Mexico saying la 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 la. Stockholm saying la 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 la. Jamaica. Feel whatever you like to like it. Yes, you can join us. We like to love it. We like to love it. We like to love it. Tell them where I'm from. I'll make the 6 straight jump from SoCal, Hollywood to the slums. Get burnt by the California sun on the west side. East Coast, where you at? Just got to New York like a net on a jet to London. To Brazil, to Quebec, like the whole world took effect to Ferg. Tell them, lay back, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your dance? Getting with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit and be on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying la 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 la. Brooklyn saying.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Being on some chick. We go 0 to 100.
A beautiful view here in the rapid developments in City Place on the shores of Toronto Harbor. We're in Toronto, Ontario, where the Raptors look to take one from a Western Conference team here at the Air Canada Centre. Today's game marks the continuation of Houston's road schedule and the injury to Eric Gordon. This is really big news.
Well, it's going to be a few weeks until he's back, but that's not as bad as it could have been. It could have been much worse. In the end, given the way it looked when he was helped off the court last game, I think he'd consider that good news.
I don't think there's any doubt. You know, when you watch that live, that injury seemed to be far worse. So still, small comfort for him having to sit these next few weeks out, but hopefully he'll be back soon.
Here's the starting group for Houston. LeBron James is out there with Sean Kemp. Then there's CJ McCollum. Then it's Cassell, and it's Mourning in at the 5. Cassell against Westbrook. Mourning passes to James. Back to Mourning. Chamberlain with the block. Here's Miracle Man. And they catch him right away with the a quick shot.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time. Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Now, here is Mourning. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Now, here is Chamberlain. Alonzo Mourning unable to get his shot to go. Rodman kicks to Johnson. Back to Rodman. He dishes it to Chamberlain. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Still Raptors ball.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Outside Westbrook. The pass to Schmidt. From outside, off the mark. Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that. So you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
The Rockets were terrific on the road last season, Clark. Tied for second with the Clippers for the most road wins in the league.
26-15, although if you want to get picky about it, they had one of those wins in Mexico City, so maybe 25.5 road wins for them.
Now, here is Chamberlain. They set the pick off the screen, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
And I do remember that Mexico City game last year for the Rockets. A huge turnout for them. It felt like they were the crowd favorites. Still, you can't take anything away from their road performances last season.
Now, here is Mourning. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook.
Boy, the fifth time's the charm. That's a big basket there.
Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
I asked him what he thought would be the key for them, and he told me dealing with the penetration of Russell Westbrook. He's one of the most explosive athletes in the game. We've got to send him to help and rotate early to deny him finishes at the rim. Guys, that's never easy.
Thanks, Doris. Here's LeBron. Following the basket by Alonzo Mourning. And LeBron James gets it to go.
And, you know, you think about the Rockets, as you mentioned. I mean, one reason they were so good on the road is their offense didn't miss a beat when they left Houston. When you can get to the line as much as they did, you remain consistent on the road.
Toronto on defense. Following the basket by LeBron James. Cullen passes to Cassell. To the inside. And then Kemp slams it in.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Westbrook dishes to Rodman. And the Raptors miss again. Houston in the lead. Pass to Cassell. Back to James. There's the three. Falls. Great assist by Sam Cassell. Cassell's got 3 assists now in this one.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Fareed's checked in for Rodman. Jones comes in for Johnson. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Miracle Man. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Russell Westbrook. Houston with a big group substitution here. ABC's checked in for Mourning. Parsons comes in for Kemp. She's checked in for LeBron. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for McCollum.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Parsons with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. Cassell against Jones. Stuckey kicks to Rice. They set the pick. Parsons up top. 4 on the clock. Here's Cassell. The shot is off. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Up top, Chamberlain. He's guarded by Stuckey. It's stolen by Harrington. 3-on-3. Nobody near Parsons. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
He's on the money, that's no doubt. Raptors trail by 9.
Come on, give it up.
Bledsoe outside. To end the drought. Offensive rebound. Here's Chamberlain. Off on the layup.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Cassell against Crawford. Parsons with a screen on Jones. Trying to get open, it's Harrington. And the shot is good from Stuckey.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
No good.
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
And Rockets head coach Kevin McHale will spend some time with us. That's an interesting perspective on competitiveness and what happens when you're no longer in the thick of it, especially, Clark, when you're as physical a player as McHale.
Yeah, you know, I certainly understand where he's coming from. I mean, I'm living it in many ways, but for me, it's about the love of the game and sharing that with so many other people who love the same things I do, whether they ever played or not. There's some common ground even outside of the competitive court.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Rockets?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. C.J. McCollum out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then there's Mourning. Then it's G. And it's James in at the 4 spot. Here's Miracle Man. Here's the 3. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Stuckey. Now here's McCollum. T right on him. James a screen on Westbrook. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got his first bucket of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Schmidt.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Houston making a switch here. Kemp's checked in. And here's Johnson outside. Here's Schmidt. Soft touch. Miracle Man's got 5 points in the quarter.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Kemp a screen on Westbrook. Here's Mourning. The Rockets again can't hit.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Westbrook. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Westbrook's got it back down to within single digits for the Raptors. Now here's McCollum. He's covered by Westbrook. The drive by James, and he dunks it down.
The one-hand tomahawk for you, folks. That's automatic highlight reel material.
That got their entire bench right up and out of their chair.
From his teammates, not just on the bench. Look at the guys even in the game.
Toronto's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's the three. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Schmidt.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Now here's McCollum. Defense right on him. Kemp. Some solid defense by Rodman.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
And here's McCollum following Russell Westbrook's three. McCollum passes to LeBron. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
He was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel. And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Mourning with the screen. James has a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Rodman's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Johnson can't hit.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
And the shot is good from Stuckey. Westbrook with it. He has 5. Johnson for 3. And the Raptors miss again. Houston leading by 8. LeBron with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Well, Kevin, a look here at last year in the NBA where the Raptors ranked. 2nd in free throw percentage. 3rd in fewest turnovers per game. And they also showed up in the top 5 in overall offense. This team has no trouble scoring the basketball. That's the least of their concerns. They love to get it up and down and put it in the hole.
And looking back at their superb free throw percentage, it speaks volumes about their skill level and mental focus. They had very few letdowns in concentration.
And Bledsoe in the stuff.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition, even better.
Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists. Those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and 3-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
And the Raptors making a change here. Jones has checked in. Houston also making some changes. ABC's checked in for Mourning. Chandler Parsons comes in for Sean Kemp. And G's subbed in for James. And so here is Houston following the 3 from Eric Bledsoe. So the wing on the left from the arc. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed a big contract coming into the season. And now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role.
Fires the 3. Rockets with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, they were able to keep it close for the most part, but you could just tell they were not in sync as a unit.
Greg, you're exactly right. It couldn't have been worse, in my opinion. They didn't look fresh at any point in the game. They seemed to be flat and listless, no spark.
And a pretty tightly contested.
Hey, Kevin, will Coach...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a 2-point lead, starting with Kenny. All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game.
back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. He's got 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Toronto right now, we've got Johnson. Miracle Man is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Rodman in at the power forward.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor. Well, you know, Hall of Famer and 3-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. The Raptors have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Chamberlain, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, last year Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result Clark they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
And it's Kemp slamming it down.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
You know, whatever they chopped it up about during the break, it's worked. I mean, they've really been excellent in their execution since halftime.
Here's Westbrook. 5 points in the game.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot, and they were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
Timeout called. The Rockets.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better, and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
McCollum dishes to James. Feeds it to Kemp. No good.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Oh, and a jam by Johnson.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Cassell against Westbrook. Cassell kicks to LeBron. The dish now to McCollum. Here's Kemp, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Rockets leading by 5. Cassell, the pass to Stuckey. High post, Morning. Chamberlain on him. Now here's LeBron. He's guarded by Johnson. Kemp. Another miss by Houston.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Chamberlain, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And now just a 3-point Rocket lead. Cassell kicks to Morning. Rodman with the block. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Jones checked in for Toronto. And a change for the Rockets. G's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. The 8-footer. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. 15 points for LeBron.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Westbrook against Cassell. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Chamberlain got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Schmidt. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face. And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
2 shots.
As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
Shots good by Rice.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Cassell against Bledsoe. Crawford right side, unloads, and a great assist by Bledsoe, and that one goes in. Rockets leading by 5. The drive by James. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. And the Rockets with possession here. They get it again. That's good.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Houston.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting. But you can be in a zone passing the basketball. And we've seen that tonight as well.
Cassell. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Here's Chamberlain. Harrington with the rebound.